Sean, I have thrown this ball up, but it reached the ground. Why? Shouldn't it reach the sky and go out?
No, I will explain. Have you heard about the force of gravity? Gravity is the force with which Earth attracts everything towards its center. This ball is of very less mass as compared to that of Earth. And you throw it with a very less velocity. So, when the ball is thrown up, that is against the gravitation pull of the Earth, the velocity of the ball goes on decreasing as the ball moves up. And at a certain point, velocity of the ball diminishes and the ball returns to Earth.
How did this happen? I kept the candle burning, but now it ran out.
Look, my friend, I will explain this to you. I'm sure you have learned that the presence of oxygen is necessary for burning. When you cover the burning candle with this glass, you limit the amount of oxygen inside it left to burn. When this little amount of oxygen inside the glass gets used up, the candle blows off.
Hey, what are you looking at? Look at this plant I watered a while ago. The leaves look wilted.
Don't worry, it will return back to its original state by evening.
But how?
This is because of transpiration. Since the temperature is high these days, the water loss in plants are also high, which causes the cells to lose its turgidity.
What you just saw is the main protagonist in every part of our life, science. It's one of mankind's biggest blessings because it's science that has enhanced the standard of our life, helps us generate solutions to everyday problems, and even find answers to the great mysteries of the universe. In other words, science is one of the biggest channels of knowledge. And there's a reason why I'm talking about science today, and my friend Robo here would like to tell you why.
Today is 28th of February and we are celebrating National Science Day.
There's also a great Indian physicist and a significant achievement behind why we celebrate Science Day today. Do you know who it is?
Yes, it is Sir C.V. Raman.
That's right. National Science Day commemorates the invention of the Raman effect by the great Indian physicist Sir C.V. Raman. By celebrating this day as Science Day, we show our respect towards his contributions. So why don't we invite the man himself, Sir C.V. Raman, to share his story of success?
A warm greetings to all. Hello my dear science enthusiasts. I'm very glad that you celebrate the day which changed my life as well as the flow of science as the National Science Day. Yes, it was on February 28, 1928 that I published my discovery on the effect of scattering of light, that in my name, the Raman effect. I observed the change in the wavelength of light that occurs when the light beam is deflected by molecules. When a beam of light traverses in a dust-free, transparent sample of a chemical compound, then a small percentage of the light emerges in all directions other than that of the incident beam. Most of this scattered light is of unchanged wavelength, but a slight portion of the light will experience a wavelength different from that of the incident light. Yes, it's the result of Raman effect. In 1930, I received Nobel Prize in Physics and became the first Asian to receive Nobel Prize in any branch of science. I had also received Bharat Ratna in 1954. Science is the real naturality where we exploit for humankind and experience without limit. Science is the essence of independent thinking, hard work, and not equipment. Do you know something? I had spent hardly 200 rupees on equipment when I had received my first Nobel Prize. Many scientists and their discoveries had inspired me, and I feel proud that I had become the inspiration for the future generation. For me, the greatest quality was the single-minded devotion to science that made me attain international eminence and raise the prestige of our country, India. Yes, It's my message for the future generation and for you.
The development and evolution of science over the period of early ages to the 21st century has been truly fascinating. A few of us have prepared a report on it and would like to present it.
History of medicine shows how society have evolved in their approach to illness and disease, from ancient times to the present. For many centuries, smallpox devastated the mankind. Thanks to the remarkable work of Edward Jenner and later development from his efforts, Edward Jenner is well known for his contribution to the ultimate eradication of smallpox. Louis Pasteur was a French chemist and microbiologist who is renowned for the discoveries of principles of vaccination and pasteurization. His research in chemistry helps in understanding the causes and prevention of the disease. He is widely recognized for saving the lives of millions of people through development of vaccines for anthrax and rabies. Sir Alexander Fleming was a Scottish physician and microbiologist who is best known for discovering the first effective and widely used antibiotic substance, which he named penicillin. All of these discoveries led us to think about the present scenario of COVID-19 pandemic. Immediately, a vaccine was prepared. COVID-19 vaccine is safe, effective and built to save lives. COVID-19 vaccine reached billions of people worldwide.
Genetics is a branch of biology concerned with the study of genes, genetic material, and heredity in organisms. The origin of genetics lie in the development of the theories of evolution. It was in 1858 that the origin of species and how species variability developed after the research work of Charles Darwin and Wallace. They describe how new species arose and how natural selection occurred to evolve new forms. However, they didn't know the role genes had to play in this phenomenon. Around the same time, Gregor Mendel, an Austrian monk, was performing extensive experiments on inheritance and genetics of sweet pea plants. He described the unit of heredity as a particle that does not change and is passed to an offspring. His work is in fact the basis of understanding the principles of genetics even today. Consequently, Gregor Mendel is known as the father of genetics. Around the same time, Haeckel correctly predicted that the heredity material was located inside the nucleus, and Micha showed that the material inside the nucleus was nucleic acid. During the 20th century, the Mendelian principles and chromosomal theory of inheritance was established. Development in the chromosomal theory led to the advent in the field of cytogenetics. DNA was determined to be the genetic material during the 20th century. It was Watson and Crick who discovered the structure of DNA, and others suggested that DNA contained a genetic code. Crick discovered the process of translation and transcription and led to the formation of the central dogma of molecular biology. The early 21st century heralded the concept of molecular biology and molecular genetics.
Your speech was really informative.
Thank you. The true laboratory is a mind where behind illusions we uncover the laws of truth.
Hello amazing people, I am Jagdish Chandra Bose. I was born on 30th November 1858 in the Munshiganj district of Bangladesh. I earned a degree from the University of Cambridge and served as a professor of physical science at Presidency College, Calcutta. I am a biologist, botanist, physicist, and a writer of science fiction. I am considered the father of Bengali science fiction and invented cruskograph, a device used for measuring the growth of plants. I constructed automatic recorders capable of registering extremely slight movements of the plants. I am among the pioneers of research in radio technology and demonstrated for the first time ever wireless communication using radio waves. Some of my awards are the Order of the Indian Empire in 1903, Order of the State of India in 1911, and Knight Order in 1917. Responses in the living and non-living and the nervous mechanism of plants are some of my famous books. Thank you.
Astronomy is a study of entire universe, stars, planets, comets, asteroids, galaxies and space. Today, I am here to present the major developments in the astronomy. Until the 3rd century BC, it was believed that the shape of Earth was flat, but later it is proved to be spherical. In 1508, Copernicus claimed that the Sun is the center of the universe and all planets move around the Sun. In 1609, Galileo Galilei invented a telescope that helped in observing remote objects by collecting electromagnetic radiation. In 1738, William Herschel discovered the planet Uranus and 2 of its satellites. In 1801, Giuseppe Piazzi discovered the first asteroid, Ceres. In 1846, John Galley discovered the planet Neptune. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first man to be in space. In 1969, as a part of Apollo 11 mission, Edwin Aldrin, Neil Armstrong and Michael Collins landed on the moon.
What was that? That's a comet. The sky, space, and all the celestial bodies and the mysteries around them have always intrigued me. I've always wanted to know more about it.
It's one of my biggest dreams to travel and see beyond the confines of the atmosphere.
Who better than Kalpana Chawla to reveal the mysteries of space?
Then what are we waiting for?
Hello, beautiful people. I'm Kalpana Chawla. I'm an Indian-born American astronaut and engineer and the first woman of Indian origin to go to space. I first flew on Space Shuttle Columbia in 1997 as a mission specialist and primary robotic arm operator. My second flight, STS-107, was the final flight of Space Shuttle Columbia in 2003. STS-87 was the fourth US microgravity payload flight, and it focused on experiments designed to study how the weightless environment of space affects various physical processes and observations on the sun's outermost layer. STS-107 was a dedicated science and space mission, and the crew completed approximately 80 experiments. My second space mission provided important insights about Earth, and space science were conducted in STS-107. The path from dreams to success does exist.
Space has become more fascinating.
Do you know who's the father of space?
Hey there, I'm Vikram Sarabhai. Yes, I am known as the father of Indian space. I initiated the Indian space research and developed nuclear power in India. I was born on 12th August 1919, Ahmedabad, Bombay Presidency, British India. I was born and brought up from the famous Indian family, Sarabhai family. I attended Gujarat College, Ahmedabad, but later moved to the University of Cambridge of England, where I took my tripos in natural science in 1940. In 1945, I returned to the Cambridge of England, where I pursued my PhD and wrote a thesis called Cosmic Ray Infestations in Tropical Latitudes. I was largely responsible for the Indian nuclear power plants. Dr. Homi J. Bhabha, widely regarded as the father of Indian nuclear science program, supported me in setting up the first rocket launching station at Tirunelveli. I was honored by Padma Vibhushan in 1972 and Padma Bhushan in 1966. Finally, I would like to say that he who can listen the music in the midst of noise can achieve great things. Thank you.
Electricity is an essential part of modern life that we cannot imagine a life without it. If not for electricity, you wouldn't have been able to watch this video right now. Electric eels have always been a fascinating subject to scientists. Some ancient Egyptian texts suggest that people of that era knew about the shocks from electric fish. The first description of static electricity was by Greek philosopher Thales of Miletus in 600 BC. In 1752, Benjamin Franklin demonstrated that lightning was electrical by the kite experiment. He was the first person to discover the principle of conservation of charges, but couldn't give a convincing proof. Credit for the proof goes to English physicist Michael Faraday. A major breakthrough in the field of electricity occurred in 1831 when Faraday discovered the basic principles of electricity generation. Thanks to the works of scientists like Alessandro Volta, Francis Ronalds, Joseph Henry, Philip Brace, Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Alva Edison, and Werner von Siemens, by the end of 19th century, we had already begun using battery, telegraph, DC motor, microphone, telephone, light bulb, and loudspeaker. In 1900, Marconi built the first ever radio communication system, and in 1927, Philo Taylor Farnsworth invented the first fully electronic television. In 1941, Conrad Zuse completed the Z3, the world's first fully functional digital computer. And wow, we have come a long way since those old days. This is 2022 and we have AI, robots, nanotechnology, quantum computing, and you people are still watching this video.
Did you notice something? Sir Vikram Sarabhai had said something about Homi J. Bhabha.
I would like to know more about him.
Hi guys, I am Homi J. Bhabha, nuclear physicist, founding director and professor of physics at Tata Institute of Fundamental Research Center. People call me the father of Indian nuclear program. I was born on 30th October 1909 to a wealthy Parisi family. Initially, I attended Cathedral College and then enrolled for studies at Elphinstone College. I received my doctorate degree from the University of Cambridge in 1934. I published my first paper, The Absorption of Cosmic Radiation, in 1933, which helped me win the Isaac Newton Studentship Award. In the following year, I conducted research with Walter Heather, and we made a breakthrough in cosmic radiation understanding by working on the cascade theory of electron shower. In 1941, I was elected as the Fellow of the Royal Society. I played a crucial role in establishing the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research Center and became its director in 1945. Later, I was elected as the chairperson of India's Atomic Energy Commission. I gained international prominence after deriving a correct expression for the probability of position scattering by electrons, a process known as Baba scattering. I was awarded Padma Bhushan in 1954. Thus, physics became a part of my life and I achieved great things with it. At last, to you children, your success will not depend on what A or B thinks of you. It will be what you make of your work.
Before every other forms of transportation, human travels on foot. In 3500 BC, the first wheel was invented in Iraq and made from wood. Now, talking about the history of trains. The first steam power engine to be used in the train was developed by James Watt, a Scottish inventor. Now, talking about the history of aeroplanes. The Wright brothers were the first to develop a substandard and powered aircraft in 1902. Currently, unmanned aircraft such as Gobble-Hook used in military operation. Now, we are moving on to the history of automobiles. The first gasoline automobiles was developed by Godley Daimler and Carl Benz in 1885. In 1906, the first car was developed with an internal combustion engine. Today, the automobile industries produce more than 70 million cars across the world. Transportation makes our travel easier, faster, and saves a valuable time. Therefore, transportation have a great influence in our daily life.
Wow, wings of fire!
Hello dear children, I am APJ Abdul Kalam. I was born on 15th October 1931 and raised in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. I studied physics and aerospace engineering. After my studies, I spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and science administrator. I became Indian aerospace scientist and served as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. I have contributed to make India's first indigenous satellite launch vehicle. I have led a team to develop indigenous guided missile at DRDO. I have converted India into a nuclear weapon state. I was the project director of Project Devil and Project Valiant. I was actively involved in light compact aircraft project. I have propelled the development of India's light-weighted capillaries to air people with motor disorder. The best brains of the nation may be found on the last benches of the classroom.
Welcome to Chavra News.
Today we are here to provide some mind-blowing discoveries of late. Let's get right into it.
US researchers say a robot has successfully performed keyhole surgery on pigs all on its own, without the guiding hand of a human. Furthermore, they add, the robot surgeon produced significantly better results than humans. The breakthrough is another step towards the day when fully automated surgery can be performed on patients. The Smart Tissue autonomous robot carried out laparoscopic surgery to connect 2 ends of an intestine in 4 pigs. According to a paper published in Science Robotics, the robot excelled at the procedure, which requires a high level of precision and repetitive movements.
Researchers from the United States, China, and Europe warned that in just 50 years, as many as 3.5 billion people could be facing near unlivable heat. A study suggests that the extreme heat would result from rising world temperatures linked to human-caused climate change. The exact number of people at risk will depend on whether pollutant levels can be reduced and how quickly the population will grow. Under the worst case predictions for population growth and carbon pollution, study estimates about 3.5 billion people could be living in extremely hot areas by 2070.
Japanese researchers have developed masks that use ostrich antibodies to detect COVID-19 by glowing under an ultraviolet light. In the small study, test subjects wore the mask, and after 8 hours, the filters were removed and sprayed with a chemical that glows under ultraviolet light if the virus is present. The filters worn by people infected with COVID glowed around the nose and mouth. The team hopes to further develop the masks so that they will glow automatically without special lighting if the virus is detected.
Scientists released the largest three-dimensional map of the universe ever created. The 20-year project aims to map the universe using data collected from a telescope to the American state of New Mexico. Researchers said the 3D map produced measurements of more than 2 million galaxies and quasars.
So what's next, Alfred?
Next up, we have some amazing facts.
Did you know it can rain diamonds on planets like Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus?
Frogs have eardrums on the outside of their heads. Strawberries are the only fruit that sprouts its seeds on the outside.
A dog's nose print is unique like a human fingerprint.
Cold water freezes faster than cold water.
Crickets have ears on their front legs.
1 million Earth could fit inside the sun.
Even though the situations aren't ideal, we have successfully managed to celebrate Science Day, and we are concluding the celebration by revealing the theme of National Science Day 2022.
The theme of National Science Day 2022 is Integrated Approach in Science and Technology for Sustainable Future.
As part of National Science Day celebration in our school, we had conducted several competitions. Here comes the results. KG section, Sciences Matters. First prize, Adidev Anil of UKG.
My personal value of neem is also quoted on our ancient books and Paliolas.
And Niharika S of LKG.
Its scientific name is Alobarbarensis. Aloe vera as antibacterial, antiviral.
Second prize, Ruth El Sasijo of LKG.
For long and thick hair. This is aloe vera shampoo for silky and shiny hair. This is
Third prize, Devanarayan R. Nayar of UKG.
Or Vasara is an evergreen shrub that grows up to 12 feet tall.
Kiddies section, Science is a Way of Life. First prize, Nilan Bobby of Grade 2.
Can you say the reason? Of course. When an onion is cut, certain compounds are released, causing the nerves around the eyes to become irritated.
Second prize, Anandalakshmi KR of Grade 1.
Listen, radio. I use laptop for online classes.
Third prize, Kalyani Shiju of Grade 2.
Mobile phone is very helpful for our online education. I know the function of mobile phones. Cell phones use radio bursts to communicate.
And Evelyn Joffin of Grade 1.
Like apple, orange, banana give us energy and vitamin C. An apple a day keep daughter away.
LP section, Still Model. First prize, Rayon Prince of Grade 4.
Sun is the head of this family. A planet is a round heavenly body that moves around the sun.
Second prize, Cynthia Michael of Grade 4.
Camels are adapted to live in a desert. This is camel's eyelashes, long eyelashes which protect eyes from strong sandy winds.
Third prize, Fiona Joffin of Grade 4.
Carbon dioxide from atmosphere and water from roots. This process is called photosynthesis. Food or energy prepared during this process is called glucose.
LP section, Working Model. First prize, Fiona Joffin of Grade 4.
That can move upward and float.
Second prize, Abhijit Rajesh of Grade 4.
Indicating air pressure inside the glass jar is same as the outside. When the air pressure of the surrounding changes, the balloon will be
And Cynthia Michael of Grade 4.
water dispenser.
Third prize, Devyami Panikar of grade 3.
Working model of respiratory system.
UP section, still model. First prize, Nia Bobin of grade 6.
Also, you can see some similar parts in these cells, like the nucleus, Golgi bodies.
Second prize, Riya Biju of grade 7.
Water by trapping infrared radiation or heat radiation. It is a simple kind of solar water heater.
Third prize, Esmin Johnson of grade 5.
Mechanical devices that are used to convert wind energy into electrical energy. Windmills are also called wind turbines.
UP section, working model. First prize, Meenakshi Rajesh of grade 7.
Friends, I have shown you how a car service lift works. The same principle is applied in factories and machinery in the form of hydraulic press.
Second prize, Oviatus Augustine of grade 7.
This will help you to reduce the maximum pollution present in your houses with the help of this pollution catcher. You will be able to breathe in a clean environment.
Third prize, Sara Mathukutti of grade 6.
Is dropped into the vinegar.
And Georgios of grade 5.
Here it is. Now this is perfectly.
HS and HSS, still model. First prize,
PWC is
Alphonse
a
Jos
popular
of grade
hydroponic
9.
method used by many hobby hydroponic gardens. Not only it's effective, but it's a extremely easy hydroponic system to assemble and maintain.
HS and HSS, working model. First prize, Ravichand M of grade 9.
As we bring a fluorescent bulb near the Tesla coil, it glows. The reason is that the Tesla coil serves as the electric source.
Second prize, Rose Shajan of grade 9.
You can again dip into the sugar solution so that you can make
Third prize, Alphonse Jos of grade 9. Congrats to all the winners and kudos to the participants. Thank you for watching this presentation by students of grade +1. We will be back with more exciting videos. Till then, take care.